Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark Walker, and this is the video where we look at some upcoming games as well as ones that have come out in the week to try and decide if we really do need to add anything to those backlogs. If you enjoy the content, then consider sticking around, and congratulations to the person in the top comment. You've won a free game from last week's upcoming games video. To be in with a chance, you just have to be subscribed and leave a comment. With that said, are the backlogs about to take another hit? Let's find out. Starting with the games that are already out and having released a couple of weeks back, you have Conglomerate 451 Overloaded. This is a first-person grid-based dungeon crawler, but is set in a cyberpunk world. As the CEO of a special agency, you're given the go-ahead to create human clones. You can build your own team, manipulate DNA, train your agents, and send your squad to the field to eradicate crime and restore order. You'll use your R&D development to research advanced technology, unlocking new powers, and as well as this, you will augment your body with interchangeable cyber implants. There's a story mode or endless mode to attempt, and the game also features permadeath for your agents. Now, I'm just reading this as Glen's written this whole video, but that sounds a mighty like the Syndicate games. I haven't even seen what this looks like, but this could be very interesting. Next one that's crept out in the last day or so is A Plague Tale: Innocence, although this is a cloud version of the game. This released on the PS4 and Xbox One back in 2019 and is one I've considered buying many times for the PlayStation but just never got round to it. The fact this Switch version is cloud though does mean I'll probably grab it for PS4 at some point instead. There's a demo that you can try out, presumably to check that you've got a good enough connection to run it, and then the full version will set you back £35.99 or your regional equivalent. Ouch. It's set in the 14th century and sees you playing as Amicia, who, along with her younger brother Hugo, are trying to avoid Inquisition soldiers as well as rats carrying a deadly plague. To add to this from Glen, I can say that I, Mark, have played this one on PC and it's very good, but having given the demo a little tinkle, it's not worth £35. You can pick up The Plague's Tale for about £9.99, so yeah, I'd say go elsewhere. Finally, for the games already out, we have Glitchangels. This appears to be a retro-style twin-stick shooter, and from the footage I saw in the trailer, it looks to be inspired by Robotron, although possibly without the people to save. You need to defeat hordes of enemies, purify areas of corruption, and according to the blurb, you can become a ghastly apparition, go supersonic, summon minions, nuke the world, or even rewind space-time. It released this week, and it sells for £9.99. On to this week's upcoming games, and the first is Curved Space, another game inspired by arcade classics. This claims to take the high energy action of traditional 2D shoot 'em ups in a warped 3D space. There is a campaign mode as well as survival, endless mode arena, and daily runs for a chance to place on the leaderboards. There are a host of abilities and upgrades, and the weapons include flamethrowers and lasers as well as others. This release on the 13th will sell for £14.99 or your regional equivalent. Next, published by East Asia Soft and releasing on the 15th, is Macrotis, A Mother's Journey, or Macrotis, I'm not sure. You must help Bilby find her children, and it appears to be a 2D platformer with a heavy emphasis on puzzle solving. You can use your skills of gnawing and digging to make progress, and there also appears to be a few power-based moves to use, such as phasing through walls. The blurb mentions having to manipulate water physics in order to progress, but needing to be cautious, and drowning is a very real possibility. It sells for £10.99. Guild of Darksteel is the next one, and will see you embark on a dark fantasy adventure following a sellsword as he seeks a purpose in eternal life. This is a cinematic style side-scrolling adventure which the blurb says features an engrossing combat system which will see you unlock combos and chain attacks together. You will explore the city of Raven Rock and interact with its inhabitants, and each character carries a deep story breathing life into the world. It names Flashback and Vagrant Story as a couple of its inspirations, and it will sell for £13.49. Man, I used to love Flashback myself, but Vagrant Story, I haven't heard that name in years. That was a great game. The next release is Risk System. This is a 2D shoot 'em up with the core mechanic being that you can boost your ship's firepower by performing stunts and weaving between enemy fire. Apparently there'll be multiple endings to strive for and character interactions based on the player performance. It sells for the relatively cheap £8.99 and that one comes out on the 15th. Then there's the game that many people will be looking forward to this week, I'm sure, and that's The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This originally released on the Wii back in 2011, and I think I'm right in saying is the first game in the Zelda timeline, or at least was at the time of its release. It made use of the Wii Motion Plus device back in the day, and this remaster promises smoother motion controls as well as newly added button controls, which I'm sure will please many people, especially those playing in handheld. I bought and played this one back in the day, although I must admit it didn't keep my attention as well as the other Zelda games, and I never got to the end of it. Perhaps I can rectify that with this version. I know a lot of people had some issue with the side character, Fi, in the original, and by the sounds of it, this version tries to amend this to an extent, with some of her hints now being optional and being able to fast forward dialogue boxes or skip cutscenes. It releases on the 16th of July and it will sell for the standard Nintendo price of £49.99 or your regional equivalent. Finally for the week is a game called Within the Blade. This is a platformer which incorporates some stealth and RPG elements as you make your way across feudal Japan. There are various weapons to craft such as shurikens, grenades, mines, as well as your main weapon of the Ninjato of... Oh Glen, why do you put these words in here? You're killing me. Alright, let's try that again. Of the Ninjato and Kusarigama. There are 10 bosses to defeat, more than 200 crafting recipes and dynamic battles, so says the blurb. This one rounds out the week and will sell for £9.99 or your regional equivalent. As always, a big thanks to Glen who's written and edited this video together, and you have just been provided with my dulcet tones. Thanks for watching the channel, we really do appreciate it. We've had some big sponsorships recently, we hope it's not annoying, but it does help us to maintain the channel when it becomes the sole source of your income. Thanks to all of you who enjoy the content and to the patrons as well. I'll be dropping that first batch of codes for you guys. For all things Switch, all the time, keep it Switch up. Cheers guys, see ya!